I've recently been listening to some podcasts and YouTube videos by a girl, I say girl because she's in her 30s, a girl named Chelsea May Cullen. She's a Kiwi. She calls herself from New Zealand, so she has quite the accent, which I think is fun to listen to. But she talks a lot about calorie density, and we have in classes talked about that before from Jeff Novick. I may have sent you a link to him earlier. And it just talks about how to eat on the lower part of the calorie density scale. Chef AJ also talks about that quite a bit. And that's been helping me really this summer with trying to take off those last few pounds that have been irking me, and just eating more veggies. There was a challenge in June that Chelsea and High Carb Hannah and another lady called Plantiful Kiki had done, where it was called Eat Your Veg Challenge, and the challenge was to fill half your plate with veg, non-starchy veggies, that is. So we're talking about things like tomatoes, green leafies, anything in the cruciferous family such as Brussels sprouts, asparagus, cauliflower, broccoli, other things like peppers, cucumbers, summer squash, things like that. So the thing you'll notice is that it really fills you up, and then you can have on the other side of your plate what you might like, such as oatmeal for breakfast, or it might be a veggie burger, or some nice potatoes, stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you what my breakfast has been for the past probably 2 weeks, off and on, switching veggies out, of course, but this is what I'm fixing for today. So here I'm going to turn my camera back around and we'll focus on the food. We'll see if I can do this one-handed. This might be a challenge, but nevertheless, I'm up for it. Here we go. Okay, what I try to do is eat my veggies first before I even get into the second half of my breakfast. So this is a zucchini that's been cut up, and I'm gonna put it in a bowl and get it ready to put in the microwave. So it's already cut up. I've got a bowl right here. I'm just gonna pick it up with my hands. Yes, I did wash my hands. And we'll see how I can do this one-handed. It may take a minute or two, but I don't dare pause the video, because once you pause on the iPhone, that video is done and it starts a brand new one. So I'm still figuring out all this technical stuff while I'm learning. But hey, I'm up for a good challenge of learning something new. Usually what I put on top of my zucchini, yes, that was a whole zucchini I put in there, is some liquid aminos. I'll just give it a shake or two. And then lemon pepper has been one of my favorite things to put on it. This one I believe we got at Sprouts. And since it already has some liquid in there from the soy aminos, and I'm just going to pop on this lid and I'm going to vent it and then stick it in the microwave. We're going to let that start cooking. Better go open the microwave first though. You'll see I'm in the 6-7 Bakehouse kitchen. This is not my regular kitchen upstairs. I'm just doing this back in the gallery. This is the week we're actually closed before 4th of July, so I have some extra time to try something new. So in it goes. I'm going to put it on for, we'll go for 3 minutes and see how that does. Before this, I actually had half a grapefruit, and I don't eat it out with a spoon. I actually cut this into sections like this and then into smaller bites, and I just put it in my mouth and tear off the membranes and the grapefruit and try to eat the whole thing, obviously except the peel. So I have another half left for tomorrow. That's what I started with today. And then now I'm going to put together some oats, and I'm going to get just a bowl down here. And you want to make sure and use the old-fashioned oats. So I've got that one here, not the quick. Make sure it's old-fashioned. That's just a little less processed than the quick, and so it's just a little on the more healthy side for you, bulked up a little bit more. Normally I use a half a cup. I couldn't find a half a cup measure, so this is a third a cup, and I'm going to put a third plus a little bit more to be about a half a cup. Now you may think that oats are like a food that might not be good for you, but actually they add tons of fiber. They have the fiber that is insoluble and soluble fiber. I also, what I did this morning was pack up some for another day, and I just put my oats together with some cinnamon and some chia seed. I've been adding chia seed right directly into my oats because it will absorb up to 10 times the amount of water that it has compared to the seed. And when you have a lot of water in what you're eating, like think about that zucchini, it has lots of water, and we're gonna add some hot water to this over the top of it, and that water will bulk up and add weight to your food. Most people eat about the same amount of food, like 2 to 3 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds, whatever the amount of food. And if you add more water to your food, it's going to bulk up your food and make you feel full. We want to feel full on less calories. So that was some pumpkin pie spice. And then I have these Thompson raisins here. We got them in a big bag for the shop. And Sincerely Nuts. You can see that over my hand, Sincerely Nuts. And they're actually, I don't think I would buy them again because they were really kind of dry and I have to chop them up if I'm going to use them in anything. But if I leave them in this and soak them in some hot water, they will not be dry. And actually they'll plump up a little bit and they add the sweetness to it. So I don't need to add any sugar, no agave nectar, maple syrup, or honey or anything like that. I just depend on the sweetness from the fruit. You can get these, this is what I would normally use if I not trying to use those other ones up. And this is the chia seeds that I just got them from Walmart. Okay, so in goes the hot water, and because I'm putting in the chia seeds, I'm going to add the water up pretty full here. And I'm just going to give it a good stir. It's kind of weird stirring through the camera lens as opposed to stirring. Sometimes those chia seeds will try to clump up too, so just give it a good stir. Hot boiling water. This water's been sitting a while, so I may have to heat it up again in the microwave, but I'm just gonna give it a good stir so it's mixed up. And you can see that's a lot of excess water, but those oats and those chia seeds will soak it up, and then it will be all nice and plumped up later. Full. Well, now I'm going to try and get this off one-handed so I can cover it up. We'll see how that goes. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Just gonna cover that up and let it steam. Okay. I heard the microwave go off, and so we'll check for the zucchini. And yes, it is hot. It's all steamy up. Nice and cooked. I'm gonna let that cool a minute, then I'm gonna eat that first, and then by then my oats should be done and we'll be good to go. You can hear also in the background I've got some potatoes cooking for later. They are almost done. Alright, so that was just an idea of what I've been making for breakfast. These past couple of weeks, been mixing up my veg with my breakfast foods, and it seemed kind of strange at first, but I've been really full and it just lasts me until lunchtime, and it's been very satisfying. So I hope everybody's having a great summer and have a happy and very safe 4th of July. And we'll see you soon.